Alright, Chapter 11, Section 3. This is auxiliary electrical system. Section 3, engine starting system. 105, starting circuit. Field manual tm55203, Section 3. Chapter 11, 105, starting circuit. The starting circuit transmits the power from the battery to the main generator, cranking the engine. Basically, the start of the button closes the starting contactors with described in paragraphs 106 and 107. However, the main automatic device is provided in figure 66. These are understood that describing the general purpose with regard to the actual installation on the locomotive. The fuel supply of the system must be functional, and since the lubrication oil pressure does not exist in the shutdown engine, the starting switch of the speed switch-related connection of the interlock preventing the fuel shutdown until the lubricating oil pressure builds up. The main power control must be interlocked and off the position. No power flows to the engine and the fires. The voltage main generated into the high the control circuit immediately after the firing starting. The circuit must thus be opened automatically instead of depending on the operator to release the start button on the engine when the engine fires. 106, starting contactors. The starting contactors are used connecting the storage battery to the main generator. Starting the diesel, the contactors are energized or closed on the start button. Switch is pressed after the necessary battery and control circuits are established. The contactors consist of the coil-operated main contacts that carry the heavy starting the current of the small auxiliary contacts, which are used in interlocking the contact of the generator field circuit or the battery field. The contactors, depending on the manufacturer, close first and then followed by the contactors in the generator armature circuit. This is sequence does not establish the armature wood circuit of the battery when its contactors are closed. Interlocks with the contactors controls the sequence of the automatically when the start button is pressed. 107, the starting push button. The engine starting contacting and energized closed or manual operated push button switch control panel. The switch usually uses a pair of nominal closed contacts which open the button and is pressed, thereby de-energizing certain excitation circuits. The excitation circuits, auxiliary generator circuits are opened during the starting in the order to reduce the demands of the battery to the minimum possible. Mechanical cranking after the switch usually bypasses the low oil pressure switch is held until the normal lubricating oil pressure is built up. 108, engine relay. On a locomotive equipped with the Woodward electro-hydraulic governor and the engine relay, the relay controls the current supply of the A, B, and C the solenoids of the governor. De-energizing this relay would stop the engine from the throttle and then running from 5 to 6 by bringing the engine into the idle Indian throttle position. The relay is the electrical cabinet for the operation speed control in any one direction, in speed control in any one unit. The ER the engine relay must be energized and closed. The relay of the contacts will open when the relay energizes. Interrupts the circuit supplying for the A, B, and C solenoids of the governor speed control. It has no effect of the circuit to the D solenoid. The de-energizing circuit of the engine relay will cut out A, B, and C solenoids, bring the engine to the kill idle speed of the throttle, running to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. Should be the engine relay de-energized when the throttle is running from 5 and 6. The D solenoid will remain energized and cause the engine to stop. The engine relay of each of the unit energizes the current received from the FP wire that runs throughout the locomotive. The 15 ampere fuel pump circuit of the breaker. Fuel pumper wire while it runs from the locomotive. The 15 amp of the fuel pump circuit on the control panel of the PCR, the positive control release relay interlock of the AB lead must be closed in order to energize the fuel pump wire. The positive control switch, main battery controlled knife switches, and 30 ampere control circuit breaker on the control manual must be closed, and the engine relay and each unit will become de-energized from any of the following causes. Back out of this. Alright, this is a starting solenoid. We start up here with the battery while it runs around the circuit, around the battery. It has two throw switches on both negative and positive, changing the receptacle on the side and with a connection when the closed switches. Runs to a battery resistor into another line, which goes down to, which also makes a parallel circuit in the battery to the G4, the generator field. The resistor generator field goes up through a, I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't have the sheet with me, but this is the starting solenoid paper. Reverse current contact relay with auxiliary generator switch with to the auxiliary generator, back to the reverse current relay, while the reverse current relay works on its own circuit to the reverse current contactor. The voltage regulator runs in between the auxiliary generator and the voltage to the battery, which follows along, that goes through an auxiliary generator field, which follows on the another field to the auxiliary generator field switch, load regulator, load relay, the EF's circuit, generator field. Main generator field goes in through an exciter difference communicator field, and main generator field has a two-pole exciter field with another small exciter on the main generator field for the generator field. Stuff like loyal pressure switch, protective start relay, and your starts are in the middle with the alarm relay setting and the bells. Isolation are not fully in the running position. Failure to supply with the causing of the NRV valve to open the ground protective relay of the GR trip. The full pump circuit of breaker open. The control circuit of open. The power positive control switch tripped on. The positive control strip relay energized control switch open. The main generator switch open when the throttle is moved. The stop position will cause the D solenoid to energize with all the units, which the isolation with the running position caused by the energy those units to stop. The fifth solenoid of the 0 to 0 RS is in, including the governor, which affects engine loading only and does not change the engine speed. On a locomotive equipment, the safety relay of the relay is activated by the overspeed of the engine. Stop the button, blow oil. The pressure causes the clutch coil and the governor to de-energize the clutch and move the fuel rack to the shutdown position. Section 4, Auxiliary Equipment of the Auxiliary Electrical, Chapter 11.